piece. Wanna see some more? You wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Shake a little piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Shake a little piece. Wanna see some more? Shake a little piece. Wanna see some more? You wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Shake a little piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Shake a little piece. Wanna see some more? See some. See some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face? In my face. In my face. In my face. In my face. That's how still gonna keep the torch. Shake a little piece. Wanna see some more?
Man, what a hell of a year.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. From his own end zone, here we go. And look at this return. Some good work on that return, Brock. 33. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Penix now. Chased out to his right. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he pushes this up to midfield before going out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Commanders will have a first. Penix working from the gun. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And this is... Offense as he makes the recovery. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Penix. Completed over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's ETN on first down. And he'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 23. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Oh, and it's no good. So an early hiccup after the touchdown as the score will stay at 6-0. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 30. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Set. 60 by 6, go.
On first down, they'll run. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. From the 35 on 2nd down. Looking slant route, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Now looking to throw. He's got a man left. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Offense up to the line fast. They go play action on first. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10 now. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. 3rd down coming up.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
Let's go.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They go play action here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. And the Commanders Flowers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Penix on first down. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it to him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Penix here from the gun. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 34. Search. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
3rd down, it's Penix. That one's caught along the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
You know, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
So they didn't call on him following the touchdown, but they do call on him here as he sends this away. Return starts from the 16. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end.
Ready up!
Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. Another carry for him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll throw on first. It is caught left side. And this one doesn't go far.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot to give your quarterback a chance.
flashy, every rep. Tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Return starts from the goal line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now give, it's Etienne headed left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. They go right back to Etienne. Hits a seam at the 40. And he's all the way up to the 41. Give him 13 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first. Etienne again. Past midfield to the 45. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. That one hits for 30. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Penix now on 1st down. He rolls to his right. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he'll be just inside the 10 before he goes out. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Still set up at the 9. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
Penix now to throw. Has it in close. And that's a Washington touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders push the lead up to 12. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60. Go.
They'll come out throwing. Finds him on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Emmanuel Forbes in on the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd and 8. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
8 yards to go. Set.
Pass play coming here. He has the first over the middle. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys making a one-score game before halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Penix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over after the interception. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Nearly an interception on that play. So that brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Setting up a throw. Has it at the 7. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get some late points and the lead. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was going to be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird? In the three-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Well, maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, you know, but whatever.
Well, the kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did. And he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys take a slim 2-point lead. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Man in motion here. On first down, here's Penix. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. The rookie out of UCLA has it. And the Cowboys are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. There he goes, right sideline. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Penix working from the gun. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here he is on third and long. This one's caught. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They're going to try with ETN. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far, and no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Ready. Bronco 80. Check. Panther. Alert.
Running this one left. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Set up.
Back-to-back carries here. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Third and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
Set. Go.
Trying it right side with Etienne. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Penix. Forced out to his right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Play action. Here's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. That punt ends up a 36-yard kick. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Let's go. Hunt.
First and 10, looking to throw. Called in left side. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They have themselves another first and 10. Give now to the running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Second and 6 coming up here. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
19 Lions. Let's go now.
From the 23. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Shotgun now on 3rd down. This throw is caught. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal from the 9 here. Looking for a throw here. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys push this to an 8-point game. They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys push the lead to 2 scores now. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Second and 10, Penix to throw. He'll get this to ETN. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying for it with Penix. He's on the move. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Penix on 1st down. On the move, headed right. And this one's up there, but a little too far up there. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find a first.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Cut out left. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Penix now on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go.
Trying again, following the sack. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Penix facing a third and long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Penix. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Working quickly here. Penix now. Escapes the pocket. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Offense up to the line fast. Here's 2nd and 7. He's on the move. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's...
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Cowboys take over as he records his 10th career INT.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go play action here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
It's
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the fourth quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They've got a man in motion.
Go.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Chased out to his right. Down the run right, throwing down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Cowboys are going to have it after his second interception.